implications as Brazil, with a record of 1-3, coming off a 7-0 setback in a game that ended about an hour and a half ago, will take on 2-2 Philippines. And there is the hitting lineup for Team Philippines. And a win for Philippines straight out, and they would finish in third place and grab the final spot in the 6-team super round, the top 3 teams in each group moving into that round, which will begin in Tokyo on Thursday. Brazil still with a remote chance of getting there. They would have to win this game, which would create a 3-way tie between Czechia, Brazil, and the Philippines, and they would have all knocked one another off. But we'll continue to cross that bridge as we go along. And 13-year-old Esther Da Rosa will be the starting pitcher in this game for Brazil, as she has a lot of responsibility in this one. And so far in this U15 Women's World Cup, she's pitched 3 1/3. Her record is 0-1. She's appeared in 2 games, given up 2 runs on 7 hits, struck out 3, and walked 3. All of those accredited innings came against Czechia in a 6-5 loss. Erica Arnaiz, the designated player to lead things off for Team Philippines. Arnaiz is 15 years of age. She's 3 for 6 so far in this tournament. Had a 2-hit game against Czechia and was 1 for 2 against Puerto Rico. And we are set to get underway, and this ball is punched for an extra base hit by Arnaiz down the line. Is she going to try to go to third? She is, and she's going to be out. Took the chance, and Brazil on the relay gets her at third as she goes the other way, just literally laid her bat out on the ball. And Sunahara went back, found the shortstop, and a perfect throw over to Carolina Miki Hayashi, who applied the tag. So quite a beginning to this final opening round game. A double and then thrown out, 7-6-5 for out number 1, as the batter is Grazie Bayo. And a spark for Brazil coming off a 5-inning, 7-0 loss to Puerto Rico. The United States wins the group. They go 5-0. Puerto Rico 4-1. Czechia wound up the opening round at 2-3. The Philippines are 2-2, and Brazil 1-3. So Czechia watching this game very closely. As Da Rosa set to deliver, and her pitch is high. A ball and 2 strikes on the batter, Grazie Bayo, the Philippine center fielder. Again goes the other way. Bayo is 15. She turned 15 on September the 17th. She is 0 for 4 so far in the tournament. Change up. Tamai won't be able to get there. So Philippines opened the tournament with a 3-2 victory over Czechia. Then they lost in 3 innings, 20-0 to the United States. And then fell 8-1 to Puerto Rico. Now all the teams in this particular group with a forfeit win when Uganda was unable to travel and make it to Tokyo and had to pull out of the tournament at the last minute. And Da Rosa records a strikeout as Bayo goes down swinging for out number 2. Erica Gonzalez, who will be the starting pitcher in the game for Philippines. Gonzalez is 14 years of age. She's looking for her first hit. She's 0 for 6. Maya Munier had trouble with it and will commit an error. Looked to come up throwing before she had control of the softball. So Gonzalez reaches on the air to Munier. Brings to the plate first base player Christine Gallegos. Down the line, well hit but foul. Gallegos, 14 years old. She'll turn 15 on the 27th of November. She's 1 for 6 with a run batted in the tournament. That came in the game against Czechia. Gonzalez, the base runner, aboard on the air at first. And the 13-year-old Esther DeRosa throwing with pretty good velocity here. Gallegos wants to get the sign straight. Is the head coach of Team Philippines straightening things out with a home plate umpire. And Gonzalez, because she's the pitcher and there are 2 outs, she gets a courtesy runner. And it's Karatsi Beo who made the previous out in the inning. Stepping on first is Talia Suzawa. So Philippines strand a runner, and Brazil will come to bat in this all-important final game of the opening round when we return. One and 3, Brazil, with a very similar looking lineup to the game against Puerto Rico, with one exception, and that is Tainaro de Santos, who is the starting right fielder. She finds herself in the lineup for this all-important contest. Miki Hayashi, number 91, will lead things off for Brazil. Their only win was the forfeit win.
Number 44.
They finished 4th at the Pan American Championship in April. The Philippines participated in their own event in August, the Asian Cup, to earn a spot in the World Cup. Erica Gonzalez gets the ball. She has pitched in 2 innings in the tournament. Both of them versus Puerto Rico, gave up 4 runs on 5 hits, struck out 1, and walked 1. Not playing third tonight, but she was named the top third base player at the Asian Cup. But tonight, it's her game in the circle. She deals with Miki Hayashi, or Carolina, which is on the lineup card. Left-handed hitting third base player. And Gonzalez with a first pitch ball down low. Hayashi is 15. She's 1 for 8 so far in the event. That hit came against Czechia. And had a good rip at that and fouled it straight back to the screen. Hayashi had a solid Pan American Championship in April. Batted .333 with a triple and 4 runs batted in. And they've got the noisemakers going strong in the Brazil dugout. So great to see a lot of these countries getting better and better at the sport. And opportunities like this for young people will only grow and enhance the game in those countries. Gonzalez, a good fielder, and shows it off as she throws to first to get the out of Hayashi.
Number 21.
An excellent infielder when she's not pitching, and demonstrated it for out number 1. Talita Yamaji. Squared around, pulled her bat back on the ball from Gonzalez. Yamaji is 14 years old. She's 1 for 5 so far in the tournament. And takes a strike looking. She was 0 for 2 in the earlier game today versus Puerto Rico. Brazil and the Philippines, and Czechia watching closely. It's foul again, headed, I think it went in the Brazil dugout. Milton Cano is the head coach of this Brazilian U15 team. Off the pitch and back to the screen. I love to see them having a great time. A ball and 2 strikes to Yamaji, the designated player. Up the middle, handled by the shortstop. Marie Pisa, and there are 2 out. Came up with nice hands and made a good throw. Mariana Sonata, the Brazilian shortstop. She's 14, 2 for 8 in the tournament with a run scored. Was 1 for 2 in the loss earlier to Puerto Rico. The United States won the group at 5-0. Puerto Rico finished second to grab a super round spot at 4-1. And there's still 1 left. Philippines with a win would earn it. So they are in complete control of their own destiny. And what an accomplishment it would be to make their way into the final 6. The other countries will participate in the placement round, which will also begin in Tokyo on Thursday. The first ever World Cup for this age group in this sport. And got it over at first. Sheena Penteria with a fine play over at third and a 1-2-3 inning to end the first in Tokyo.
Second inning,
Philippines with some quality infield play and come back to back in this 0-0 game in the top of the second. Esther De Rosa. The face shortstop, Anna Marie Pisa. She turned 15 on the 28th of September. She's 1 for 6 in the tournament with a run batted in. It came in a loss to Puerto Rico. De Rosa delivers a strike. Get the sense that Pisa would have liked that swing back. And you can see the reaction. She just received some instruction to make sure the ball is down in the zone. The 2-strike pitch is up and she stays alive. Runs have by and large been tough to come by for both of these teams. Although Brazil did manage 5 in their loss to Czechia. This just goes foul. The Philippines knocked off Czechia 3-2. Czechia beat Brazil 6-5. And Brazil could turn this into a 3-way tie with a win over Philippines. And a strikeout, second of the game for 13-year-old Esther Darosa Carvalho. Sheena Penteria made a lovely play over at third to end the bottom of the first. Strike. 3 of the umpires from the home country of Japan. The other working at third is from New Zealand. And that pitch gets away from Darosa. 2 balls and a strike from Sheena Penteria. The 14-year-old who is 1 for 4 in the event, and that hit was a triple versus Czechia. Darosa paints the outside corner. And she is throwing well in the biggest game she's ever participated in. And we get the sense there'll be many more. She's just 13. And back-to-back strikeouts for her. And she gets Penteria swinging. Second straight strikeout of the inning and third in the game. Leanne Balin. Second base player. 15 years of age. She's 1 for 5. That hit came in the 3-2 triumph opening day versus Czechia. And Darosa continues to throw well. In the dirt. Darosa has as many strikeouts in this game as she had in her first 2 outings. This is hit deep to center, and it finds a gap. And sliding in safely with a 2-out triple is Leanne Balin. This really seemed to carry off the bat. Tashima in center couldn't get there, neither could Dos Santos in right. And Philippines has a runner in scoring position for number 11, Francine Ragas. Ragas took a swing at a high rise ball and fouled it away. Ragas is 1 for 4 in the tournament. That hit came against Puerto Rico. And this gets away, but the ball comes right back. And Balin very fortunate to avoid an out. She wanted to score on the wild pitch, but the configuration of the diamond, the screen is not very far behind home plate. And they've seen a lot of balls come back off the screen. This is going to drop. And Philippines is on the board in this huge encounter. An RBI base hit off the bat of Francine Ragas. And how important now was Balin's ability to get back to third safely. So the Philippines with the all-important first run. The Philippines win, and they'll move into the super round. long way to go on this Tuesday evening in Japan. Very early in the wee hours in North America. Barossa wanted that one desperately. Facing catcher Janelle Santos. She's 0 for 3 in the tournament. Does have a run batted in, the 14-year-old who will turn 15 on December the 12th. Lifted and reaching back is Sonata. Just for a fraction, it looked like it might elude her and make its way into left field. It didn't. But the Philippines put a couple of hits together, and they strike first in this final game of the U15 World Cup opening round. Erica Gonzalez, the Philippines starter, with a smile on her face. And that might have something to do with the fact that her teammates supplied her with the game's first run. She'll face the number 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the Brazil lineup. Beginning with second base player Maya Mune. And she delivers the first hit of the game for Brazil with a single sharply hit into left field. Mune with just her second hit of the tournament. He was the starting pitcher in the loss earlier to Puerto Rico. Talia Suzawa drops down a bunt, and it's a pretty good one. Gonzalez fires to first. And Suzawa with a quality sacrifice to move Mune into scoring position. Brings to the plate left fielder Angelina Sunahara. Angelina Munoz. Brazilians in many of these countries with multiple names. She is 2 for 6 with a couple of runs batted in. And I like how she swings the bat. She was 1 for 1 in the loss to Puerto Rico earlier. Brazil with a tying run in scoring position. Isa in time for out number 2. Mune did move up to third. And a run batted in opportunity for Canera dos Santos, who's only had one official at-bat. She's 0 for 1 in the tournament. She finds herself in the lineup for this key one, and the ball almost got away from Janelle Santos. Has to be a lot of nerves. A lot on the line in this game. Santos resets her shin guards. Looks for the sign and delivers it to Gonzalez. And it's a strike on the inside corner. Gonzalez trying to work her way out and keep her team in front against the left-handed batting Dos Santos. Philippines avoid the trouble. A ground out to Leanne Balin. Brazil threatens, but fails to tie the game. It's 1-0 Philippines after 2. Philippines leading by a count of 1-0. They finished third at the Asian Cup, played in China back in August. They won the bronze medal game with a 10-0 win over South Korea. And the win would earn them a spot in the Super Round, a third-place finish in their group, behind the United States and Puerto Rico. Erica Arnaiz, who doubled but was thrown out trying to advance to third. So she's 1 for 1 in the game. Mounier comes up with it. And there's one down in the top of the third. Gracibayo, the center fielder, struck out against Darosa in the top of the first. Fails on his bunt attempt. Bayo looking for her first hit. 0 for 5 in the tournament. She has scored a run in the game against Czechia, which was a 3-2 win on opening day. Rosa took something off of that rise ball. And she's ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. And the center fielder, Bayo. Bayo stays alive, and there's been a lot of activity with foul balls into the Brazil dugout. It's like there's a magnet over there today. Another 0-2. Missed outside, despite the work of Carolina Tamai, the catcher. Went in the same neighborhood and ended up with the same result. That pitch looked maybe just a couple inches closer. 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Bayo. Catcher will handle, and Tamai's throw gets away from Suzawa, who will be charged, I would think, with an error. It was a good throw, up a little bit. So the Philippines with a 1-0 lead. And that, I would think, is the second charged error to Brazil. For 1, and Sonata covering the shortstop, which you don't see a lot on a ball on that side of the diamond. Usually that's reserved for the second base player. But Hayashi with a good fielding play and throw over to second. And there's now 2 down. Caligas. Christine over at first. She grounded to the game's other first base player, Suzawa. And she's headed in that direction, and it gets away from Mounier. And gets away from the third base player. And the Philippines is going to score. My goodness, Erica Gonzalez scored all the way from first. Right through the wickets. And this throw off the glove of Hayashi. And Gonzalez just kept going. Brazil causing their own headaches defensively. And it is now 2-0 for Philippines. As Brazil has committed 3 errors in the inning. Have to feel a little bit for DeRosa. She's pitched well. Philippines adds to its advantage. It's 2-0, heading to the bottom of the third. We'll see if pitcher Erica Gonzalez has had some time to catch her breath. She scooted home on a couple of Brazilian errors all the way from first base on what was a ground ball that eluded Maya Muñez. See if Brazil can respond. Down 2-0. They must win to keep any hope alive of playing in the Super Round. And Tamai unhappy. She's hit with a pitch. You can tell by the way she handled the bat as hit her in the right shoulder. So Tamai at first hit by the pitch. And Brazil needs runners. If Brazil is to come back and win, and there's that magic spray. I'm not sure it's magic, but it gets used a lot. We need Tashima a bunt, but it's foul. And Brazil would love nothing more than to come back and put their own run on the board. They trail it 2-0. There would be a possibility of a 3-way tie if Brazil was to win, and then third place would go based upon a tie-breaking criteria that would go past the first one, which is games involving the teams who are tied. And so we need the run-breaking formula in order to decide it. Brazil win would mean a 3-way tie between themselves, Czechia, and Philippines, and all would have a win in that grouping. Philippines knocked off Czechia, Czechia knocked off Brazil, and Brazil would have to win this game to beat the Philippines. I'm going to leave that alone for now. It's Gonzalez with a big strikeout of center fielder Aline Tashima. Takes strike 3 looking. First strikeout of the game for Erica Gonzalez. Top of the order, and Miki Hayashi. Here's Tamai. Dives back in safely at first is Santos with a snap throw over there. Off the fists and foul. Carolina Miki Hayashi. She grounded back to pitcher Gonzalez in the first. 1 for 9 now in the tournament. Bit of a delayed call from the home plate umpire, but a strike. Checking for the sign was Santos. Swing and a miss. They'll have to throw over. And back-to-back strikeouts for Erica Gonzalez here in the bottom of the third, and there's 2 down. Gonzalez second and third strikeouts of this World Cup. Designated player Talita Yamaji trying to keep the inning alive as a stolen base for Kamai. And Brazil has its second runner of the game in scoring position. And another stolen base without a throw. Philippines very batter focused, which is okay with 2 out. And here's the 0-2. Past Pisa into the gap. And Brazil is on the board, trailing 2-1. An RBI base hit from Talita Yamaji. And how crucial are those stolen bases now? By Kamai, the catcher. This is hit well and deep and over the head of the center fielder. This game is tied. It's 2-2. Mariana Sonata with a triple to straightaway center, and she clobbered it. And Brazil has come back to even against Philippines. Mariana Sonata with her biggest hit. In fact, it's her first. What a time for it. We're making her third, the 14-year-old. First run batted in. And it is 2-2. Maya Munier, the second base player, is the batter. Now looking to give Brazil the lead. Not been a lot of extra base hits for Brazil. All in a strike to Munier, who singled in the second. Just out of the zone. Mariana Sonata delivers a game-tying RBI triple. Hit hard and foul. Past Penteria at third. Brazil has taken over the momentum, and the noisemakers have really never stopped. Well, you like every game to have meaning. And this is the last one of the opening round, and it has meaning. This is hit well, but foul. I'm starting to wonder, in a game where Philippines wins, they control their own destiny and grab third place in their group with a win and a spot in the super round. But Brazil has something to say about it. Here's the 2-2. Again towards center, not as deep. And the catch made by Gracibeo. Brazil. 2 hits, 2 runs, tied at 2.
On top of the first inning for Team Philippines.
Brazil yet to win a game at the tournament. Their only win was a forfeit victory because of the absence of Uganda that pulled out of this group just a couple of days before the start of the tournament. And Brazil has responded down 2 to tie it with 2 of their own. Third base player Sheena Pantaria has struck out against DeRosa in her first time at bat. A change-up, punches that, and it finds a hole. And Pantaria has a leadoff single. Just eludes Munier. And the outfield was playing shallow. The Santos was there, and so was Aline Tashima, and found a perfect spot. Balin's bunt attempt goes foul of a high DeRosa pitch. DeRosa, the 13-year-old, is thrown very well. In fact, with a little more defensive help, Brazil would have the lead. In tight for a ball. And Tamai makes sure that Pantaria stays close to the bag. She is led off with a single. Balin. The Red Sox of Leanne Balin. DeRosa delivers a strike to run the count full. No one out. Top of the fourth in a 2-2 tie. Balin stays alive with that foul ball. The United States and Puerto Rico finishing 1-2 in this group. And this is hit foul down the right field side. In the other group, Japan 5-0, Puerto Rico in this group, they're second. It was Chinese Taipei in the other group. They were 4-1, and Mexico earned the third spot, moving into the super round with a record of 3-2. They'll try to get the lead runner. Lune just able to touch the bag, and Sheena Pantaria is shaken up on the slide. She hurt herself. Hayashi, for the second time in the game, gets a lead runner at second base. Francine Ragas has a hit and a run batted in. For Philippines, she cashed in their first run in the second. They'd add another in the third. Brazil with 2 in the bottom of the third to tie it. Glad to have you with us wherever you are looking on. On the ground, the toss for one, the turn by Munier, not in time. Did a nice job coming across the bag and releasing the ball. Now there are 2 away. Is Philippines head coach having a word with Janelle Santos, who's going to come to bat. And Francine Ragas, who is the runner over at first. The left-handed hitting Janelle Santos, the Philippine catcher. This would be a great time for her first hit of the tournament. She's 0 for 4 after popping out the shortstop, Mariana Sonata, in the second. Sonata, a key figure. She tied the game in the bottom of the third with an RBI triple to center. This is well struck and a base hit. And on her way to third is Ragas. Aline Tashima did a really good job to cut that ball off. A diving try by Mounier. And good base running as Santos moved up into scoring position on the throw that was cut off by the shortstop, Sonata. So 2 runners in scoring position for Erica Arnaiz. She's 1 for 2 with a double. Mounier, inning over. Philippines hit the ball hard. They threaten, but strand 2. And it remains 2-2 heading to the bottom of the fourth in this critical final game of the opening round. Erica Gonzalez remains in the game. She's worked 3 innings. She's given up 2 runs on 3 hits. Both of those runs were earned. She struck out 2 and has yet to walk anyone. Talia Suzawa, the bat. The number 5 hitter in the Brazilian lineup. He's 0 for 1 in the game. As Gonzalez comes in tight. Suzawa actually not an official at bat. She laid down a sacrifice bunt and nearly delivered an extra base hit down the left field line. She had a good swing on that pitch by Gonzalez. And the joy level in the Brazil dugout is high. That pitch just low. 2 balls and a strike. The count for Talia Suzawa, the Brazilian first base player. Right at Leanne Balin. You got a nice hop at the end, the artificial surface. And there's one away. Ball will get to you in a hurry on a surface like this, as opposed to just grass. The good news is not a lot of bad hops. In the air, tracking it, and unfortunately for Philippines, Santos couldn't catch it. And those are never easy. Those high pop-ups, they get up, start to really move around on you. And Santos couldn't come up with a catch. So the at-bat continues. Angelina Sunahara. Angelina Munoz Sunahara. Rounded out to short, her first time up. Fouls this back. But a good rip at it with Sunahara. In a 2-2 tie. She wanted that one. You could tell by the reaction after the fall away. Two for 7 in the tournament. Drove in a couple runs in the 6-5 loss. They check it first. And the umpire says no on the go-around. Again, it's Balin. And the result is the same. Back-to-back groundouts to second for Brazil. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Philippines, 2-2. Czechia closing out the round robin at 2-3. Brazil 1-3. Hoping to produce a 3-way tie for the final spot in the Super Round behind the United States and Puerto Rico, who finished with 5-0 and 4-1 records respectively. Japan, Chinese Taipei, and Mexico has advanced from Group A. Change up, Gonzalez. Inning is over. Nice stretch over at first by Calagos. This one has not disappointed. To the 5th inning in a 2-2 tie.
On top of the 5th inning, squad 2 Philippines. Batting in second.
13-year-old Esther DeRosa about to work her 5th inning in this crucial contest. She's given up 2 runs on 5 hits. Struck out 3 and walked no one. Brazil has committed 4 errors in the game and yet still find themselves in a 2-2 tie. Just missed the outside corner. The batter is Gracibeo, the Philippine center fielder. Reached on an error and struck out. Rosa, at 13 years of age, is impressive in this crucial clash. Hayashi in plenty of time. She has a strong throwing arm. Carolina Miki Hayashi. A very passionate response after the out was made by the Philippine head coach. The opposing pitcher, Erica Gonzalez, drills it into right field, and she has a base hit. Her first of the game. Sets herself up for timing and finds a gap. And again, Aline Tashima, with her great speed, tracks a ball down in center from going into a gap. As Christine Kalagos off her fist, past her in the fifth for the Philippines. Anna Marie Pisa. She can have a conversation. A lot on the line. Brazil trying to force a three-way tie for the third and final Super Round spot. The Philippines, with a win, would earn it outright. They control their own destiny. Win and they're in. Pisa. Down the line and caught by Angelina Sunahara. And that was well hit off the bat of Pisa for out number 2. A lot of visits happening right now. And the umpire is going to come down and say, hey, listen, you only get so many of these. Sheena Panteria. Can she cash in the go-ahead run? She's 1 for 2 in the game. Rosa delivers a strike to Sheena Panteria. Ball and a strike. These are big games for the country's federations. The better you do in world standings, generally, there's a little more money, and that's a base hit, and it eludes the Santos. And the Philippines have gone back out in front. On Sheena Panteria's base hit. Pitcher Erica Gonzalez scores from second, and it's 3-2. And 2 more runners in scoring position, including Panteria. A huge hit for her. Now catcher Carolina Tamai and maybe Milton Cano on the way to the circle to chat with Esther DeRosa. As the entire Philippine team is up and engaged. Second base player Leanne Balin. A big cut, but a miss. Balin tripled and drove in a run in the second. Can she do it again? Philippines looking to advance to the Super Round. Punches it and caught by Suzawa. Maybe a game saver. The Philippines do score 1 and lead 3-2 going to the bottom of the 5th.
On top of fifth inning for Team Brazil. Batting 8, catcher Carolina Tamae.
Erica Gonzalez having a very good game. Been excellent at home plate. She scored the go-ahead run and has given up 2 runs on just 3 hits. Carolina Tamae. Little juggle and a flip for out number 1. There's Balin able to stay with it. Interesting little ritual where they gather and toss the ball up in the air. Center fielder Aline Teshima struck out versus Gonzalez. Lays down a bunt. Gonzalez has a strong arm, and it's a bunt base hit for Teshima. Gets out of the box quickly and goes in sliding, which isn't always really much of an advantage. Most of the time you're taught to run straight through. But she is safe on a bunt base hit. With 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Here's another bunt and a good one by Hayashi, but Gonzalez will throw her out on the sacrifice. 1-4. And I like every chance you get to put a ball or 2 in play. These are very important games. These are young people. Lots of nerves. I just think it's good strategy to make the other team make plays. 2 down in the 5th. Being struck for 1 to go back in front. Here's the base run. Safe. The ball gets away. Is this going to tie the game? It's going to tie the... That ball got into the dugout. We should be even here at 3. I think the game is tied. And Brazil has put on a lot of pressure with their speed on the base pass. Now that's somewhat how the run scored, but really what the case was on the throw. It got away from third. And when the ball ended up in the dugout, that is what sent the runner home. And we're tied again at 3. Not an easy play for Pisa, and she won't make it. It's Kalita Yamaji with a 2-out base hit in this 3-3 tie. And the last time Mariana Sonoda was up, she tied the game with an RBI triple to straightaway center. So Brazil giving the Philippines all they can handle and more. And the aggression on the base pass paid dividends for Brazil. Sonoda hit it hard again, but foul. What a way to wrap up the opening round. Teams will take tomorrow off, and both the Super Round and the Placement Round for teams looking to finish between 7th and 11th will begin on Thursday. We'll add another facility too, Ota Stadium, which will host a lot of the Super Round games, including the gold medal and championship final on Sunday. chance and go Brazil. Back at Gonzalez. The inning is over. Brazil draws even one more time. It's 3-3 going to the 6th. Year-old Esther DeRosa gives way here in the 6th to 14-year-old Aline Ishikawa in a 3-3 tie. Ishikawa has thrown 7 in the 3rd innings, given up 7 runs on 10 hits, struck out 5 and walked 2. Pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. In the loss earlier today to Puerto Rico by a count of 7-0 in a game that lasted 5 innings. Brazil still with hopes of playing in a super round, but they must win the game and have the right run differential. And over the head of shortstop Sanada, as Ishikawa is greeted by Francine Ragas, who's 2 for 3 with a couple of base hits. This seesaw affair continues, and the batter is the catcher, Janelle Santos. A bunt. Ishikawa over to first. Mounier covers, throws back. It was close over there as Sanada tried to put the tag on, but Ragas able to get back to the bag. So a good sacrifice bunt. And there's one away for Erica Agnez. She is 1 for 3 with a double. Slams that and is still going to make him out. Hit hard, caroms off Suzawa, and Mounier was in the perfect spot to help record the out. So it'll be scored 3-4-3 for out number 2. As Agnez hit it very well. So a good break, and you need a few of those along the way. For Brazil, Ragas, who led off with a single, moves up to 3rd, and we'll have a pinch hitter in this key situation for the Philippines.
Number 30.
What a spot here for the Philippine pinch hitter. Rips it, and it gets away from Tenera de Santos. She's at second, and Philippines takes the lead again. It is 4-3. What a clutch piece of hitting, although Dos Santos had a chance to make that play in right field and could not pull it in. And now this pitch gets away from Ishikawa. And listen to the excitement in the Philippines dugout after Jax Katiana, fun pinch hitter, Jax Katiana Fontias, They're putting a good swing on the pitch that tested the Santos in right. And unfortunately for the Brazilian right fielder, couldn't come down with it. And Fontia ends up at third. Aline Ishikawa, who replaced Garosa to begin the sixth, wants to limit the damage to just one, with Erica Gonzalez at home plate. High in the air, caught by Tashima. The Philippines score again. They'll head to the bottom of the sixth with a 4-3 lead. This has been a whale of a game.
30 out, center, 20 and 17, victory.
先ほど代打で出ましたジャクティブン・クリアスに代わりブラジバイオレットナンバー17が再出場いたします。
Well, you hope for an exciting ending in a game that has lots of meaning in the final one of the opening round, and it has lived up to its billing. The Philippines has gone ahead again with a win, which guarantee themselves third place in Group B and a spot in the Super Round. Is Mia Munier, the second base player, drills it. It is gone! And we're tied again! Are you kidding? And look at the celebration as Munier drills it over the fence and left to top the game at 4. Absolutely got all of it. My, oh my. Why sports is the greatest theater there is. What a way to begin the bottom of the sixth. Maya Munier with a solo homer, and it's going to lead to a pitching change. As Christine Calagos will come in for Gonzalez. Just did not see that coming. Brazil's lineup has not displayed a lot of power. Maya Munier with a hit of her life to tie the game at 4. Ah, this is awesome. And in comes Calagos. She's pitched 3 innings so far in the tournament. And she's had 2 very tough assignments against the United States and Puerto Rico. Giving up 9 runs on 11 hits. We just go back and forth and back and forth. And I wonder how Team Czechia is watching all of this, as they are cheering hard for Brazil. And then would need the right runs for and against quotient. But I'll leave that to the organizers. (4-4) after the Munier tying home run to open the inning. And Calagos on to pitch. Brazil will not go away. 3 balls and a strike. First base player, Aliyah Suzawa. And a good rip at that pitch. She's 0 for 1, laid down a sacrifice bunt her first time up and then grounded out. The second base player, Leanne Balin. A payoff on the way, and it's high for ball 4. And we will have a pinch runner come into the game for Brazil. And Suzawa draws the walk. And they try to sacrifice pinch runner, Carolina Matsumoto, who's come in to run. She's just 13. Gallagher's offering is up for another ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mea Munier tied it with a solo homer to left to open this bottom of the 6th. The bunt. Oh, they'll go to second, and it's not going to work. They're going to win it for running. And Brazil has taken its first lead. It's 5-4. There seems to be some confusion over there. And Matsumoto comes home all the way from first. The sacrifice bunt laid down. Caligas hesitated, throws it off the knee of Pisa covering, and by the time the ball made its way back into the infield, the go-ahead run for Brazil had scored. They're in front 5-4. And Pisa was hurt. That went off her shin. She's going to need some of the magic spray from the Philippines athletic therapist.
怪我の治療のためない文言がない文章ちょっと怪我したんでちょっと治療のため
And there still, remember, is nobody out here. It's actually Balin who is hurt, covering the second base player, not Pisa. So 5-4. We will try and check on a tie-breaking criteria for you in the event of a Brazil win and what would turn into a 3-way tie for the final spot, 3rd place in Group B. Brazil wins the game. Czechia, the Philippines, and Brazil would all end up the round robin at 2 and 3. Or by WBSC terms, the opening round. Dos Santos lays down a quality sacrifice bunt, and Brazil has yet another run 60 feet away. There's just 1 out in the inning. Carolina Tamai is the batter. At the shortstop. The run comes home, and the batter is safe. And it's 6-4. Is Tamai with a run batted in. And in a formula where runs for and against, and generally some type of equation matters. If you're Brazil, you'd like as many runs as possible, as they have trailed this game 3 different times and now have responded with 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th to lead 6-4. And Calagos gives way to Francine Regas. This is something else. And a long ways to go.
Pitcher move to third. Third move to right. Right move to pitcher.
So to bring you up to date, Philippines beat the Czech Republic 3-2. The Czech Republic, now known as Czechia, down Brazil 6-5. And Brazil leads Philippines 6-4. In the pitch, the first one from Regas gets away from Santos. And Tamai, who has good speed on the base pass, as do many of the Brazilians, and it's caused a lot of trouble for the Philippines. Two balls and no strikes. Aline Kashime, the center fielder. There's Erica Gonzalez, who started the game and threw a very strong one, so she was removed earlier in this inning. And it all started this 3-run 6 with a lead-off homer to tie the game by Maya Munier. 3 balls and a strike. Another bunt. Regas in time. Just. And there's 2 away. Brazil absolutely testing the Philippines. And have scored 3 times to take their first lead. After trailing 2-0, 3-2, and 4-3, entering this bottom of the 6th inning. Hayashi takes a strike from the 3rd Philippines pitcher, Francine Regas. Hayashi swings a good bat. 0 for 2 with a sacrifice in the game. Another mighty cut by the Brazilian leadoff batter, Miki Carolina Hayashi. Just stayed alive. Having a good at-bat. Regas desperately wants an out. Another foul ball.
3 strikes out for foul ball. Foul ball には十分ご注意ください。
Well, but right at third, and Christine Calagos to finally end the inning. 6-4 Brazil. To the 7th we go in the final game of the opening round.
ファーストナンバー44リエントリー
代表になったカロリネ松本に代わり、キャリア木澤が再出場いたします。
ダイソーが出たでしょ、ナンバー5が。
Some game
どこ
to the top of the 7th. Brazil with its first lead and now 3 outs away, and potentially could end up third.
こっちこっちあっちフィリピン。あ、もう終わってから。
And Christine Kalagas to face Ishikawa. And she drills it to left. Just foul. Well, I would stay tuned, folks. You do not know how this thing's going to end up. Kalagas with another strong swing, but misses. There's 14-year-old Aline Ishikawa trying to close it out here. She replaced 13-year-old Esther Darosa, who gave Brazil a fine start. Hit hard, and this one will find a gap. Kalagas on her way to third, and that's a dangerous play, but she gets away with it. A lead-off triple. I hope she's okay. Was already in scoring position, and again, the emotion of the game, and that's an awkward-looking slide. Hope she didn't jam a shoulder. Yeah, she's hurt. It's not the shoulder. It might be the left knee or leg. And she's going to require some attention after her leadoff triple to the wall in left center. And unfortunately, Christine, with a left leg or ankle injury, is not going to be able to continue, and she's one of their best players. And the emotion catches up with her. And they're going to go right back to the starter, Esther Darosa. With nobody out in the top of the 7th, and Brazil trying to force a 3-way tie for the third and final spot in Group B into the Super Round. So before giving way to Ishikawa, Esther Darosa had gone 5 innings, given up 8 hits, 3 runs, struck out 3, and did not walk anyone. And Tiffany Lorenzo is the base runner in place of the injured Christine Kalagas. And a missed bunt attempt from Anna Marie Pisa. Head coach Serafika for the Philippines. She wants to come over and take part in the conversation. Milton Cano and the interpreter. I'm wondering if they're about to play the rest of this game under protest. Now, Tiffany Lorenzo is the left fielder, but not batting. And is this an illegal substitution and an out? That is the only thing that comes to mind, and I think that's exactly what's happened. I think the Philippines just made an illegal substitution, and it has cost them an out here in the 7th. My goodness. Well, as I said, you didn't want to go away. Just about everything that could happen in a game has happened in this one. So after the leadoff triple, I believe that's an illegal substitution that cost the Philippines an out. This is hit into the air, and now there are 2 away as Sunahara camps under it. 2 down. It's the final game of the opening round. And if the tie-breaking criteria is runs for and against in the games involving the 3 teams that would be tied, Brazil might be an out away from the super round. We're trying to get some confirmation on the tie-breaking criteria to pass it along. If we don't get it in time, make sure you check in on the WBSC website and this great World Cup, first ever for the U15 women, to stay up to date. Esther DeRosa back in the game. Went 5 innings, gave way to Ishikawa, then they just brought her back. And she's trying to seal the deal against Sheena Pantoria, who has 2 hits in the game. Pantoria swings and fouls off the 3-1 pitch. The concern is large in the Philippines dugout. Down to their final strike. DeRosa, this game is over. And Brazil has stunned the Philippines. And by virtue of a 2-run margin, just might be on their way to the super round.
This game was complete at last score. 4 versus 6 at
Trailed 3 different times.
Thank you for your participation and
It scored
attention
3 in the 6th, including a game-tying solo home run by Maya Munier to win it. What an ending to the opening round of this U15 World Cup. As the Philippines controlled their own destiny. A win, and they were in for sure. So Group B ends up with the United States first at 5-0. Puerto Rico, they clinch a spot. Then Brazil, Philippines, and Czechia all tied with records of 2 and 3.